Now the Democrats are politicizing the coronavirus. You know that, right? Coronavirus.
It was actually just a matter of time.
We will do everything in our power to keep the infection and those carrying the infection from entering our country. We have no choice.
Because if you look at the debate, the one side of the aisle was entirely masked, the Democratic side, and the Republican side of Trump allies was completely not masked whatsoever.
And this is their new hoax.
If you want to know the truth, the previous administration would have taken perhaps years to have a vaccine because of the FDA and all the approvals.
And this is their new hoax.
He goes to all these crowded rallies with almost zero distancing, indoors or half indoors, and they're just not taking precaution.
And this is their new hoax.
You were saying it was going to disappear.
It is going to disappear.
And this is their new hoax.
I just went for a test, and we'll see what happens. I mean, who knows? But you know Hope very well. She's fantastic, and she's done a great job. But it's very, very hard when you are with people from the military or for law enforcement, and they come over to you, and they want to hug you, and they want to kiss you, because we really have done a good job for them.
And this is their new hoax.
I'm very optimistic about the president's recovery. I look forward to seeing him out on the campaign trail in 2 weeks or so.
And this is their new hoax. And this is their new hoax. And this is their new hoax.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Wake Up Report. And I was all set to give my take on that dumpster fire presidential debate, but as of right now, it doesn't matter. I even came up with my little Street Fighter graphic that I was going to leave up while I was talking about the debates, but that's not important anymore. What's important is after months of mocking people with masks, after months of mocking Joe Biden for wearing a mask, after months of holding rallies and encouraging people not to wear masks, after months of disputing Dr. Fauci, after months of dismissing Dr. Fauci, after months of being an arrogant, belligerent, ignorant doofus, Donald Trump played with fire one too many times, and finally his ass got burned. The news around the world after all this clown's buffoonery behind the coronavirus, that he himself has now contracted the virus. He and his wife have come down with COVID-19, and they are currently in isolation. And for all you Trump supporters,
it's a fake pandemic created to destroy the United States of America.
You don't believe coronavirus exists?
I don't.
So the two people who've been reported to have died from it in Washington state, you don't trust that that's true?
I don't trust anything the Democrats do or say.
What are you going to do, wear masks and stay inside for another year? Huh?
What do you have to say now? How can you possibly rationalize this and wiggle your way out of the fact that this man in his utter stupidity has now come full circle? Even China's getting in on it. You know, China, the virus is from China because that's where it's from. It's the Chinese virus. Even China's dogging his ass now. So now the question becomes how, and he's going to try it. How do you spin this to mean something other than what it is? How do you spin this in your favor when you are the root cause of all this corona mess in the United States. You didn't invent the virus, but it was your dismissal of the virus. It was your ignoring science. It was your being dismissive of safety precautions. It was trying to open the economy way too early that led to this mess. And the United States versus the rest of the world, we're going right back to where we started in March because it is getting worse. We haven't even gotten the flu season yet, and we haven't gotten out of the first wave of the coronavirus. So what he's doing right now is a typical Trump shtick, and that's to blame somebody else for some mess that he started. So it's the police fault, because so many police, they like him and they want to come up and hug him and kiss him. Well, one of them gave him the virus. Or it's somebody from the military. I've done so much for the military. When they see me, they want to run up on me and they want to hug me and they want to kiss me. So it's their fault. Wrong answer. You know whose fault it is, or partly whose fault it is? That woman right there, Hope Hicks. Well, that might be Hope Hicks. Let's see. I can't really make her out. Let's enhance it a little bit so we can make it out a little bit better. Yeah, there she is. Boom, 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 boom. Because she was oozing corona when she was on Air Force One. And not only was she infected, but the White House knew about it and they covered it up for 24 hours, which means Donald Trump came to the debates possibly infected, which means he was in a room with Joe Biden. He was in a room with Chris Wallace. He was in the room with an audience. He was in the room with a bunch of people. Democrats, a lot of people may not have known, were all wearing masks. The Republicans, his son's girlfriend, they were not wearing masks. So that means Donald Trump potentially exposed all those people in that room to corona. MMA fighter Colby Covington was invited to the debates as a special guest of Donald Trump. And it's obvious you've been hit in the head one too many times because you should have thought, hey, listen, I better show up there with a mask because in my profession, I'm in close contact with not only the person I'm going to fight, but the crowd and everybody else that is there to watch me fight. So what that means is if Donald Trump potentially infected him, how many people has he now infected since he has been in contact with Donald Trump? Now, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, and I'm glad I had to correct myself on Miss Harris's name. I was calling her Kamala, and Kamala, I'm sorry. Her name is Kamala. It's Kamala Harris, not Kamala Harris. But anyway, Kamala Harris and Joe Biden sent via Twitter their well wishes to Donald Trump and his wife. Come on, y'all know y'all don't mean it. You don't mean it. When that man insulted your son on that stage, when he insulted you on that stage, he said all those vile, vicious, nasty things about you. I understand, it's the politically correct thing to do, but you want to say, I got your ass. You didn't wear a mask and you're paying for it right now. You mocked me for all those months and you're paying for it right now. You mocked me at the elections and you're paying for it right now. As a matter of fact, Trump held up a mask, while he was at the debates. And what that means is if he caught corona, he wasn't wearing a mask. He was never wearing a mask. So that mask that he held up was a prop. It was a lie just to try to convince people that he knew what was going on with the virus, that he somehow cares enough to wear a mask. Remember, at one of his rallies, his own aides were removing social distancing signs from the seats. They were forcing people and encouraging people to sit close together and not wear masks. So do you think it is at all convincing when this doofus holds up a mask at the debates trying to convince people that he actually wears one? Now, speaking of Joe Biden, he has been handed the opportunity of a lifetime on a silver platter. There should be no more debates. If what we saw in the first debate is an indication of what's going to happen in the second and third debate, forget about it. Don't even debate this clown. What you do is you get on the airwaves, you get on the radio waves, you get on the internet, you get on Twitter, and you make the public aware that this is what happens when a person lies and connives and is dishonest, disingenuous, manipulates facts, manipulates science. We are in this situation because of this jackass. He himself now is a victim of his own lies, deceit, and misinformation, if he lies to you about this virus, what else has this man lied about since he's been president? What has he lied about during his campaign? He lied about his taxes. $750 that a billionaire pays in taxes. Are you kidding me? That dog paid more taxes than Donald Trump. That cat paid more taxes than Donald Trump, and you can see the cat ain't too happy about it. That tree paid more taxes than Donald Trump. That rock paid more taxes than Donald Trump. That rock paid more taxes than Donald Trump. And I know that's an old picture of The Rock, but that was my favorite Rock, the corporate champ. He lied about Mexico paying for the wall. He lied about this super strong wall that couldn't be knocked down, and somebody from went and got a saber saw from Home Depot and cut the thing down. He lied about it being indestructible, and half of it fell down during a hurricane. This man has been nothing more than a bald-faced liar for the entire time he has run for president and has been president. If you want to continue down this path, there isn't anything I can do to help you. But if you got a lick of common sense, get rid of this clown so we can get some stability, so we can get some common sense, so we can get some respect. We have lost our standing around the world because of this man. The United States, like everything he has touched, he has destroyed. And he has absolutely destroyed the integrity, the dignity, and the respect that this country has around the world. How much more of this can we take before the United States just implodes, it just disintegrates into dust or something? This man's sheer stupidity has put him front and center of the very thing that he swore did not exist. And everything that I just laid out, no matter how true it is, you Trump supporters are going to believe the exact opposite. You will drink bleach. You will bathe yourselves in ultraviolet light. You will do anything that this man tells you to do, including exposing yourselves freely and openly to a virus that has claimed so many lives, infected so many people in this country because this man refused to believe science. Donald Trump getting infected with COVID-19 has put the virus right back front and center as to what the core problem is in this country and how we are going to solve it. If in fact there is a second and third debate, guaranteed you will not be able to yell and scream your way out of this one. This is KTM and the Wake Up Report saying think a little bit. It will do wonders for you.